Hola, ¿qué tal? We're back again with more commands. Lesson 104, sentence starters. This is Profesor Pablo. Hope everybody's doing well. Formal commands, regular AR verbs. Now, formal commands are the commands that you use with superiors at work, people that you don't know, strangers, right? You use it to show respect. And whenever there is a doubt whether you should be using familiar or formal, err on the side of caution and go with the formal command. Certainly at work, in a doctor's office, you talk to each other in the usted form. Okay, let's look at our key points. Number one, formal commands are used with superiors when on a last name basis to show respect and when in doubt. Point two, a command is when you tell someone to do something. Point three, to form the ustedes command, simply add the letter N to the end of the usted command. The ustedes command is the command for any group of two or more people. Examples, hable, hablen, nade, naden, llame, llamen, firme, firmen. The N factor shows up again, right? Okay, now we've got the key points down, but let's learn how to form a formal positive command. Now we have basically the same verbs we had before. We have hablar, trabajar, lavar, caminar, llamar, limpiar, nadar, bailar, dibujar, pelear, doblar, ganar, olvidar, desayunar, saltar, mirar, manejar, preparar, gritar, firmar, enterrar. But now they're a formal command. Okay, the familiar to command ended in A, right? We took the R off and we were good to go. But it's different here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the AR off and swap it out with an E. This is for regular AR verbs. Take the AR off and swap those two letters out for an E. And then how do you make the ustedes command? You add an N every time, no exception. So when you say hable, that's the usted command. You're talking to somebody, in the doctor's office. Hable, señor, hable. Speak, speak. Hablen would be speak to a group of people. The first command is the usted command, and the second command is the ustedes command. Notice now that we're working with AR verbs, but we're not using an A in the ending for either of the two commands for the formal positive commands. We're using an E, and we call that an opposite vowel. So for your formal commands, you use the opposite vowel. The opposite vowel for an AR verb is E. The regular vowel for an AR verb is A. So both for the usted and the ustedes commands, we are using now the opposite vowel. We're using E. All right, let's do the positive commands. Speak is hable, hablen. Work, trabaje, trabajen. Wash, lave, laven. Walk is camine, caminen. Call, llame, llamen. Clean, limpie, limpien. Swim, nade, naden. Dance, baile, bailen. Remember, the ustedes command is the group command, the command that you give to two or more people, whether you know them well or not, first name or last name basis. Fight, pele, peleen. Turn, doblar is to turn, like in a car. Doble, doblen. Win, gane, ganen. Forget, olvide, olviden. Have breakfast, desayune, desayunen. Jump, salte, salten. Look, mire, miren. Drive, maneje, manejen. Prepare, get ready. Prepare, preparen. Shout, grite, griten. Sign, firme, firmen. Throw, tire, tiren. Okay, so let's think about this now. These are formal commands, right? To usted people, right? Formal commands. We do formal commands with opposite vowel. This is an AR verb, all of them. So the opposite vowel is E. So all of our endings are going to have an E in there. Look at hable ends in E and hablen ends in EN. So we know formal commands have opposite vowel. We understand that. Now, to make an usted and ustedes command negative, it's very simple. You just put no in front of the command. That's it. No in front of the command. So talk is hable. Don't talk would be no hable. To a group of people, talk, hablen. Don't talk, no hablen. Let's look at the right-hand column where it says formal negative commands. Don't work. No trabaje, no trabajen. Don't wash, no lave, no laven. Don't walk, no camine, no caminen. Don't call, no llame, no llamen. Don't clean it, no limpie, no limpien. Don't swim, no nade, no naden. Don't dance, no baile, no bailen. Don't draw, no dibuje, no dibujen. Don't fight, no pelee, no peleen. Don't turn, no doble, no doblen. Don't win, no gane, no ganen. Don't forget, no olvide, no olviden. Don't have breakfast, no desayune, no desayunen. Don't jump, no salte, no salten. Don't look, no mire, no miren. Don't drive, no maneje, no manejen. Don't prepare, don't get ready, no prepare, no preparen. Don't shout, no grite, no griten. Don't sign, no firme, no firmen. Don't throw, no tire, no tiren. Okay, so these are the usted and ustedes commands, the formal commands, right? They're all done in the opposite vowel. The opposite vowel for AR verbs is what? That's right, the letter E. How do you make a positive usted or ustedes command negative? You simply put the word no in front of the command. That's it. Let's look at our examples. Speak quietly to an usted person. Hable bajito. Someone's talking too loud in the hospital. Hable bajito. Speak quietly. Don't shout to an usted person. No grite. Don't swim at night to an usted person. No nade en la noche. Forget it to an usted person. Olvídelo. Don't forget it. No lo olvide. Same thing. The pronoun goes between the no and the command. Don't walk over there. No camine por allí. Call me. Llámeme. All these are to an usted person. Don't call me late at night. No me llame muy noche. Now, what's the negative to command? Remember, it's es. No me llames muy noche. So if you hear someone say, no me llames, no me hables, ending in es, you know that's the familiar command coming at you. But if they just say, no me llame, no me grite, no me pague, no me moleste, then you know it is the usted command. Prepare it, prepárelo. Don't sign it, no lo firme. Don't sign it to a friend would be no lo firmes with an es. And look at him, mírelo. Look at it, mírelo. Don't look at her, no la mire. Don't look at us, no nos mire. You guys, have breakfast. You're talking to two or more people. Hey, have breakfast. Desayunen, desayunen. Nothing like wanting to go to a great breakfast with bacon and ham and eggs and sausage and hash browns and pancakes and cereal and toast and jams and jellies. And you get down to the hotel lobby and it's a continental breakfast. They give you a stale old donut or some kind of pastry. Ay, ay, ay. But let's pretend it's a great spread for breakfast and you say, desayunen, desayunen. You're proud, right? You're excited. Desayunen. But if it's just a stale donut, you say, bueno, desayunen, desayunen. All right, don't forget it. You're talking to a group of people, two or more people. It doesn't make any difference if they're friends or strangers. There's only one group command, and it's the ustedes command. Don't forget it. No lo olviden. Ustedes command, teacher to students, trabajen duro. Parents to kids, trabajen duro. You got to work hard. HWPO, hard work pays off. Ustedes command, speak quietly. Some people are taking an exam, a test, and you say, speak quietly. Hablen bajito. And look, when you're giving a command to a group of people, guess what shows up? Dun, 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 dun. The N factor. For you guys, N. All right, let's look at our key points. To say it with a positive command, just add lo to the end of the command and usually count back 3 vowels and add an accent mark. Number 2, to say it with a negative command, just insert lo between no and the command. Number 3, the same goes with all object pronouns, including me, te, lo, la, le, nos, los, las, les, and se, for reflexive verbs. By adding mos to the usted command, big one here. Number 4, here's a sneak preview. Number 4, by adding mos to the usted command, you now have the let's command. Examples, llame, llamemos, let's call. Mire, miremos. So when you want to say, let's go, let's call, let's sit down, let's eat, let's rest, let's wait, let's think it over, let's buy the house, let's go swimming. Hey, when you get your usted command, for all usted commands, basically. Yes, except we'll talk about stem changing later. But what you do is you add MOS to the usted command, and you're golden, basically. I'll show you the few examples. But there you go. For regular verbs, absolutely. Add MOS, and you're more golden than Goldfinger in the James Bond movie. Okay? Now, let's take a look and run the check. Okay, remember in elementary school, you would subtract 7 minus 4 is 3, and they told you how do you check that? You add the 3 and the 4 and get 7. Well, we need to check what our rules are. Let's look at our examples. Let's look at the fourth one, olvídelo. Well, there's a positive command, the pronoun's on the end where it belongs, and guess what? We got to go back 3 and put the accent mark in. Look at llámeme, okay? We put the me, the pronoun on the end where it belongs. We counted back 3 vowels and put an accent mark. Look at prepárelo, the same thing. Let's try some negative ones. No nadie en la noche. Here, no lo olvide. Where's the lo go? In between, after the no, in front of the command. No lo olvide. All right. Formal commands are opposite vowel. Opposite vowel for AR verbs is E. Regular vowel for AR verbs is A. Okay? The usted and ustedes commands. Once you form the usted command, and how do you do it from what we have for regular AR verbs? You can just take the AR off of any regular infinitive and replace it with E. Hable, trabaje, lave, etc. How do you get the ustedes command? You add an N. That's it. You add an N. And how do you make the usted or ustedes commands negative? Simply put a no in front of the command. Muy bien. Ya se acabó esta lección. This lesson is in the history books, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a high drive way back to the wall. She is gone. Number 104, out of here. Put a check mark. And es tiempo para que sigamos con la próxima lección. Muy bien, gracias por escuchar. Gracias por esta gran lección que están aprendiendo. Y this is your Profesor Pablo signing off. Cambio fuera.